Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome into the replay viewers, live viewers. Welcome to Dutyron's channel. Here we are with an update on Karina Vetrano. Breaking news. Just got off the phone with my contacts at Queens Supreme Court, and I got a bit of information to give you guys in regards to the case. I got a bit of good information to get out to the masses. I'll just wait for a little bit for a couple of people to kind of come on in. Mahid, salam, my Muslim brother from Saudi Arabia. Great to see you. Thank you for joining. Hi, Patty. Hello, Carla. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Guys, I hope the signal is good. I hope the lighting is okay. I know the lighting's kind of crappy where I am right now, but I'm doing the best I can. Hi, Carla. Tani, good to see you, Susan. Hi, Poldak, Susan. I'm going to just say Suzanne. Blue Green, hello. AP, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Hello, Meg. Good to see you. Gail, Paula. Thank you to Wylia, Crystal. Thank you so much, Nige. Good to see you, Nige. Great to see everybody in. Hello, Paula. MJ Doris, thank you so much. Joe Schmo is here. I know you guys all want to hear. We've got breaking news on the Karina Vetrano trial. It looks like the hearing that was held this morning, the judge threw out the hearing, threw out that evidence, said it was ridiculous and nonsense, and the jury now is deliberating on their deliberating. Hello, Donna. Good to see you. Happy belated Mother's Day to you over in Scotland. Great to see everybody in here. Barbara is in the house. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. If you don't mind, please invite your followers. Send it out onto your Facebook and all of your social media, if you don't mind. Let's get the word out for justice for Karina. It looks like we are now at the stage of the jury deliberating, and they said that it could be a verdict as early as today. A verdict may come back as early as today, ladies and gentlemen. So that in itself is exciting news. I want to get justice for the family. Good to see you from South Carolina. Thank you for joining. Let me just create a post really quick so everybody can get the notifications. So this just in, the judge listened to the arguments from the defense, and I'm going to play a small clip for you guys so you guys can hear the actual clip from the reported today from the news. So the judge heard the defense's argument. He called it nonsense. Not his words, my words, but basically the judge said no. That is not going to be put into evidence. The prosecution, Barry, I think it's Leavenworth, he argued that they're trying to derail and get another hung jury. The prosecution feels that the defense is like a cat cornered in the corner. They know they can't get a not guilty, and they're looking to just get another hung jury. It could be back within the hour, guys. So justice for Karina. Hold on a second. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you for sharing. Please give it a thumbs up. Send it out onto your social media if you can. I greatly appreciate that. And again, guys, the jury now is deliberating. It could be as early as today or tomorrow. I want them to take their time. I don't want anybody to rush to judgment here. I want them to take their time and do this right. Go over the evidence, go over all of what you need to go over, and come back with the just and proper verdict in this case. So I just sent it out on Twitter, and I'm going to send it out a little bit over on Hi guys, hi everybody new coming in. Backwoods Law, thank you. Caught you 10-8. Excellent. Good to see you, Backwoods Law. Thank you so much. Not for me, this is great news, and I want to see this trial proceed forward. Keeping my fingers crossed, says Debbie Barron. Thank you so much. Rain Dancer Washington, thank you so much for coming in. Surprised it did get popping today. Anyways, so her family is Italian. Guys. So let me just do some quick stuff here. It's great news, Linda, and great to see you. Hello, Matt Sully. Good to see you, my fine brother. Matt Sully, everybody, his dad is a retired NYPD captain. I thank him and his family and his dad for his service. Dad has passed on and is up in heaven with all the rest of the angels and all the great men and women who serve in public service. The firemen, the law enforcement, he's up there having a great old time. So kudos to your dad and to you and your family. Everybody subscribe and follow Matt Sully right there. He's got the wrench, and his dad is a retired NYPD captain. His father did God's work for over 30 years. So God bless your dad. We're keeping our fingers crossed for a just and fair verdict in this case. A just and fair verdict is what we're looking for. So let me play a quick clip for you guys while I do some inviting. Here's the clip from our CBS 2 local affiliate. Stand by for that. Hold on, I know there's no volume.
Lewis of East New York. Closing arguments have begun after 2 weeks of testimony in the retrial of 22-year-old Chanel Lewis of East New York. He is accused of sexually assaulting Karina Vetrano Creek Park in Howard Beach. Prosecutors say the DNA of Lewis was found on Vetrano's body. The defense appealing to the jury to be skeptical.
That was a rookie mistake.
Samples from anyone, including people at the scene. We'll see from the rest of the evidence. Things that could have been done weren't done.
The claim comes after an anonymous letter, allegedly written by an NYPD officer, was sent to the defense Friday and said prosecutors withheld vital evidence about the investigation. The letter claimed police were initially...
Okay, here's the second one that I was playing. Let me play this for you guys. No, Sarah, they mean someone that's like into bodybuilding and weight training, jacked up. I saw those photos, people, myself. I saw those photos myself, and they weren't, it was very hard to look at. Hi, Sandra. Have a great day. You too. Thank you for stopping in. I'll play you one more clip, guys. I think we saw this already. We saw this already. All right, I'm not going to play this again. Okay, so you guys get the idea. Let me pause that. Let me get it back onto me. Again, sorry about that earlier. I played both of those clips for you, and I was looking down at my phone because I was just doing some sharing of the broadcast. So as you see, the judge didn't even allow that the hearing to take place. The judge denied the defense to put that to put the hearing up. So welcome in everybody. Hello, Deco Paint and Tea. Deco Paint and Tea. great to see you. Thank you for joining. Debbie Lynch, thank you for coming in. Always great to see all of my Patreon supporters hanging out with me. Thank you to each and every one of you who positively interact and send great messages through the chat. So Karina Vetrano, there was an anonymous letter that was sent. We talked about this last night. The anonymous letter was sent to the defense, and they tried to get it submitted today. Hello, Heather. They tried to get it submitted today, and the judge squashed it and said, no, you're not going to derail this trial with some nonsense of an anonymous letter from an alleged retired detective. And whoever that was that sent that, shame on you. You're a piece of dirt in my eyes. That is a subhuman thing to do. And I feel that, you know, people that are reaching for straws in this case, and it is race related, race charged. This is racial charged defense to the 10th degree. And I hate to admit to that, and I hate to say that, but they are playing the race card in a big way on this case, no matter how you put it. Now, I don't care if the reverse was flipped. If this was a black woman and a white defendant, I would want that white defendant put in jail and fried for the rest of his life behind bars, or the death penalty to them. So if the script was flipped here, I would be wanting a white defendant to go to jail for, I don't care what the color of skin is. He committed this heinous act, and it doesn't mean diddly squat. It doesn't mean anything. The fact of the matter that the family is bringing the race card up, you heard his sister and his father say, my son is innocent. It's because he's black and it's a white victim is the reason the police are going after him. That's hogwash. That is hogwash, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you that with the utmost of sincerity. He confessed twice, not once, Laura, twice. So Karina Vetrano had his DNA underneath her fingernails, on her neck where he choked her to death. He choked the life out of her around her neck. I saw the crime scene photos. It was brutal to look at. And then he took her phone and threw it. It was clutched in her hand. He took the phone. He was sweating. It was August 2nd, hot and humid here in New York. He took the phone and threw it away from the crime scene into the weeds, hoping nobody would ever find it. But the NYPD, their great detective work, they tracked that phone and they found it first. They found the phone first, and then they found the body. So that's true, Crystal. One person is dead, and a whole family is ruined. He admitted that he was angry that day, and he went to the park to blow off some steam. He was very angry and in a rage. His words, in his own confession, he was in a rage and was going to blow off some steam at the park, and he ran into her just by chance. He wasn't planning on killing her. He ran into her and he took his rage out on her. And that's in 2 confessions that this guy made. Unfortunately, Alice, the race card comes into play a lot in major metropolitan cities. It is alive and well in America and throughout the world. So, in some situations, race cards are valid, and in some it's not. Let me see. Exactly, Ron. I'm purple with yellow polka dots. There you go. We're all equal, says Tani. Very well put. So this defendant, albeit he has had learning disabilities throughout his young adult life, and as a teenager, he went to a school for, not anything major. He's not diagnosed as, somebody asked me if he had autism. No. He was part of learning disabled, the learning disability that he had. I don't know the extent of it, but he was a functioning person in society. He was functioning in society, and he did a very good job of terrorizing his neighborhood, from what I understand from the residents there. So at the end of the day, the longer the left plays the race card, the longer it will be bred. At the end of the day, we have to be good people, and we have to say that, race in our mind, it doesn't matter what the color of the defendant is or the victim. We have a victim and we have a defendant. We have some strong evidence that points at the defendant, and they're doing their damnedest. They're doing their damnedest to try to defend him. The defense did not have one witness to call. All they did was try to was try to rip apart the prosecution's evidence. I'm learning disabled, and hold on a second, that went by fast. Hold on a second, where did that go? Okay, AP says, I'm learning disabled, and I would absolutely never kill. Thank you. You know, so at the end of the day, folks, we have accountability here, and he is fit to stand trial. The judge deemed that he's fit to stand trial, and he's on trial for the second time. It's a second time around, guys. He's on trial for the second time, and it is what it is. I'm not racist at all, but you don't hear a white defendant saying, if I was black, you wouldn't be accusing me. Yeah, you kind of don't hear that too often. Tina Kelly says evil. I concur with that statement. That's a hell of a thing to explain, Tani. So Sunflower 720 is agreeing with Heather. 720 is agreeing with Heather. Let me see if there's anything more I could show you guys on this case. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Let's see what else I could kind of dig up on here. Stand by. Fox News, I showed you that. NBC, 44 minutes ago. NBC, let's see what they have to say. Were they able to get rough hand size from the... It was DNA that they went for backwards. They didn't go with hand size. She had lacerations all around her neck. There was nothing that was pulled with hand size or anything brought up like that in the court, because it's not necessary when you have a 9 trillion to 1 probability. 9 trillion to 1 probability on the DNA samples from her neck, from her cell phone, and underneath her fingernails that it was the defendant. 9 trillion to 1, I think, is enough where you don't have to mess around with hand sizes. It's not like the OJ trial. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. That's definitely not in the ball game here. That's not even in part of the possibility. I don't know why this video won't play. Okay. Here's a. All right, here's a new one, guys. Here's a new one. Let's see what they have to say here. Hold on a second. Let's take a peek at this. Stand by.
After the defense filed motions that prosecutors withheld evidence, claiming they have a letter that says the NYPD was looking for a black man to blame for the murder of the Queens jogger. The suspect on trial is Chanel Lewis. News 4's Kat Craig is at the courthouse in Kew Gardens with the latest this morning. Kat.
And Stacey and David, a very busy morning here in court. As you said, closing arguments right now are underway. I stepped out of the courtroom just about 25 minutes ago. It is a packed courtroom. We want to tell you what took place this morning. Attorneys for the defendant submitted requests for a hearing. They want those hearings to happen based on new information they received, including an anonymous letter. What you're looking at right now, this video, the family members of the victim, members of the Vetrano family and extended relatives going into court. At one point in the courtroom, you could hear them groan when defense attorneys said they would ask for a mistrial if they don't get their request for a hearing approved.
Hi, Christina.
30-year-old Karina Vetrano was murdered.
I'll be back in 2 seconds,
August of
guys.
2016. 22-year-old Chanel Lewis faces murder and sex abuse charges in the killing. His attorneys have argued his confession was coerced. An anonymous letter was sent to defense attorneys and members of the media Thursday night saying the case had been racially biased, that more than 300 black black men had their DNA collected as part of the investigation. And now this other video, the mother of Chanel Lewis and other relatives and family members made their way into court a short time ago. His family has said he was pressured into making a false confession. The anonymous letter says it was written by an NYPD officer, and it made many allegations about racial profiling. Chanel Lewis is being retried after the first trial ended in a mistrial. Prosecutors today said the letter contains unsubstantiated information by a writer who's trying to derail the trial, and ultimately the judge denied the defense attorney's request. And so we are here at this point. Closing arguments, as we've been saying, have begun, and it is expected the jury will deliberate this case at some point today. Reporting live, Catherine Craig, News 4 New York. We'll send it back to you.
Kat, thank you for that update.
A shocking hatchet attack on NYPD officers in Queens.
I seen the cops and cops' cars running down there, and that's when I came outside. I said, something done happened big.
I'm very comfortable this was a terrorist attack.
It's a story that sent shockwaves through the city, certainly. That attack outrageous, the pictures downright unnerving. And for the first time now, we are hearing from the officer who was on the receiving end of this.
A hatchet in the hands of that ISIS-inspired terrorist. News 4's chief investigative reporter Jonathan Deans has the I-Team exclusive.
I didn't even think it was possible to get hit that hard and survive. I didn't think I was gonna live.
And you never saw the guy, his face, and...
No, I didn't. He just came out of nowhere. I thought it was a hammer. I just wanted to know what happened because I was just so confused. You know, 1 second you're taking a picture and the next...
This is the danger that police officers face every day.
I'm staring at
this
my
has nothing to do with the
floor,
Vetrano trial, but I think it's
blood.
important
I had
that
no
you guys see
idea
this.
why it happened.
Officials say it happened because of this man, Zale Thompson, an axe-wielding lone wolf terrorist inspired in part by ISIS videos to attack police. A photographer had just asked the 4 officers who were out on routine patrol to stop and pose for this photo. Out of the corner of his eye, Healy's partner, Joseph Meeker, saw a shadowy figure closing in fast. What happens as you see this shadow?
As I saw it, I just put my arms up, and I guess it hit off my forearm into the wall. I remember hearing that loud bang, and I look over, and my partner's down.
That's a police officer down.
The hatchet-wielding terrorist next went for Officer Taylor Kraft.
I remember his beard, and
look how young these cops are.
I remember seeing Meeker and Healy on the floor, and I remember him standing over Healy with the hatchet in his hand, and then he started coming towards me, and that's when just training kicked in.
Kraft opened fire, as did his partner, Peter Rivera. The incident that rainy day along Jamaica Avenue lasted a total of just 6 seconds.
I noticed Meeker was down, Healy was down, and at that point he was chasing Kraft.
You had to stop the threat.
Yeah, we had to stop that threat.
The suspect was killed, an innocent bystander a block away, wounded by a stray police bullet. And the 25-year-old Healy, just 4 months into the job, was lying critically wounded. The back of his head was shattered, part of his brain damaged. His wounded partner, Meeker, jumped over to try to contain Healy's bleeding.
I said, I'm gonna die, and he was like, you're not, you're definitely not gonna die. He's like, you're talking to me, you're fine. And he just kept talking to me, and he kept me calm, you know, as calm as someone can be, I guess, in that situation.
Kraft and Rivera radioed for help, and responding officers knew there was no time to wait for an ambulance. They rushed him in a patrol car to Jamaica Hospital, his partner still at his side.
I kept saying, don't lie to me, don't lie to me. How bad is it? How bad is it? They were like, it's not that bad. I was like, I know you're lying. You're definitely lying, it's bad.
And did you tell him it's not that bad?
I said, you're gonna be all right.
Kraft was shaken, as was Rivera, who had served tours in Afghanistan and Iraq.
I've had some close calls in Iraq. You know, I lost one of my friends over there, and you know, it wasn't nothing as close and as personal as this.
Yes, I'll get to that.
You never think anything like this could happen to you, you know? And in a split second,
this clip because it came
you're joking
up
around in this, and then next thing you know, so-called terrorist comes out of nowhere, you know?
Officer Healy, you are a victim of a terror attack.
I guess just this day and age, these are the threats that, you know, police and just law enforcement have to look out for, and yeah, it's sad, but it's the world we live in right now.
Officer Healy tells us he still has about a year more of physical and occupational therapy before he tries to return to active duty. That is his goal. One final note. We scheduled this story before this weekend shooting of NYPD officer Brian Moore. Officer Healy called us asking we let it be known that he and his partners are praying for the Moore family, that they have some sense of what the Moore family is going through.
Okay, guys. Sorry we got sidetracked with that. I just couldn't not play that because obviously I'm a retired New York City police officer. I've done that very job, and I've been in places where there's many people around us where that type of attack could have happened to anyone. But you see how young those officers are, and you see they served, one of them served prior in Afghanistan. One of them was a military, former military. So these are the sacrifices that police officers make every day for all of us, day in and day out. They're out there risking their lives. They're putting their lives on the line every day they go out. So this is, you're welcome, Deco. This is the danger that's faced day in and day out, 24 hours a day, while we're sleeping, while we're enjoying family time, while we're having parties, while we're doing whatever we're doing, or just sitting around. They're out there taking one for us. So these brave men and women that go out all throughout the country, throughout the world, are out there risking their lives for our safety. So that was a terrorist attack. The guy was affiliated with ISIS, and he wanted to kill law enforcement, and he used an axe. You saw him with the axe, and you saw those police officers moments before they were attacked. They were just standing there on a street corner, and all of the people were videoing it. That's how there's so much video out there available. But they gave us a clear and concise look at how violent of attack that was. So good morning, Mrs. Padilla. Good to see you, Desiree. Thank you for joining. So for everyone who's joining, that was just an example I wanted to show some people how dangerous it is to be a police officer. No matter what, New York City fire department is dangerous as well. They're out there fighting fires and putting their lives on the line for all of us. So Karina Vetrano, getting back to why I'm live. The anonymous letter was shut down by the judge. They said it was not submissible in court, and that the judge did not allow the defense to even submit that letter. So the jury knows nothing about that letter. The jury has no clue, no inkling, no mention of that letter was mentioned to the jury. You can't mention a letter and anything that is not approved by the court. It's got to be, both sides have to agree to it. Thank you, Ron. My hubby is FDNY and military. Yes, the brave men and women of fire, ambulance, EMS, all of the emergency response first responders, the police, the fire, the EMTs, the paramedics, all the people that are out there, they're brave men and women. Does the black community think he's innocent? No disrespect to the blacks. I wouldn't say the black community, but there are black activists, 100 black men in law enforcement that are supporting the family. I know that for a fact. And there are probably certain sects of the African American community that feel that he's being railroaded. Even looking at all of the evidence, there's a possibility that exists out there. And I'm not going to say, I don't know with extreme definity on the numbers, but I wouldn't say the whole entire black community. I would say that there are some that are from the black community that feel that he's innocent and that he's being unjustly charged, which is, in my eyes, again, this is just my opinion, is ridiculous. And no disrespect to anybody who feels he is innocent. So it is what it is. The strange thing is the perpetrator just, Betty, I'm not following what you're saying. Just spoke to the lady decently as if nothing had happened. So DNA does not lie. DNA does not fly either. Remember 3 days ago I spoke about the medical examiner. The defense tried to say that the police and the detectives planted Chanel Lewis's DNA on the... This is how desperate the defense was. They tried to say that the police planted the DNA underneath her fingernails, and how are the police going to get his DNA from his skin? And that they planted the 2 other locations of DNA on this defendant. That to me is as low as you can get. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. Lee Ringsby's beheading. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about that. But send me an email and I'll look at it. I'm not going to talk about that here because I don't know any of the particulars about it. UK are too soft, says Tina Kelly. Listen, every country has a different approach on how they combat and battle crime. So for me, at the end of the day, folks, this trial is about evidence. I'm not going to go into hate groups or race. I'm not. Rick, I would ask you to please refrain from those kind of comments. I don't want this to get derailed into an area of back and forth. Let's just stick with the facts. The fact is, there's an overwhelming amount of DNA evidence. There's 2 confessions. There is the searches on the defendant's cell phone, the perpetrator's cell phone. He searched for what is DNA evidence. How does God forgive you for committing murder? What is a DA's job? So let's focus on those things because that's what's clear and concise. That's what's at the forefront in this Karina Vetrano trial. There's nothing else that we should be talking about here. Talking about race and hate groups and all of that stuff gets us nowhere. No apologies needed, Rick. You're always welcome to stay. I just have to let you know that I'm not going to let this conversation go into that dark place where that statement that you made can lead us into a dark place, and I'm not about that. That's not what I do here on this channel. If there is an unjust or if there is something that I don't see is right, I'll speak about it, whether it's police related, if I feel police did something wrong. I'm the first guy to speak up about it. So those of you who know me for a long time, some of my friends from Periscope know that I will be the first to come out and talk about injustice in a police brutality case or an unjust shooting. I do speak about them. I don't speak about them often, but I do talk about it. So this is not the topic of the conversation here. This is not the topic of the conversation. So defense job, Gail, the defense job is to defend their client at any cost, at any, they'll grab at straws any way they can. At the end of the day, the defense is there to defend their client, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. So how they go about it, that's on them, and they have to live with that, and they'll have to have that hanging over their heads. Let's just say a prayer and keep our fingers crossed for a fair and just verdict here. Like I said, if we get a guilty on the murder 1 and 2, and there's no conviction on the sexual assault, I would still be happy. You know, they're definitely grasping at straws. I feel that the defense wants to create a reasonable doubt, and they could try to do it any way that they can. They could try to do it any way they can. Guys, if you haven't thumbed up the video, please give me a thumbs up or just any type of acknowledgement on the video. Your comments are always welcome. And at the same time, I appreciate anybody new who has subscribed or anybody new that comes across the channel. Let me know where you're watching from. Thank you, Ross. Exactly, I agree. Ross is a former law enforcement professional as well, and he knows the deal. So I thank you for your support. I thank you for your service, my friend. You know, Rick, I don't like those kind of people, but I know that there's a job that they have to do. It's a job that they have to do. I don't dislike them. I don't like them. You know, it's a job that I wouldn't want to do. It's a very dirty job. So good to see you, Catwoman. Thank you for joining. The word is Thunderbird. That's the word, Thunderbird. You seem nervous on this outcome. It's a shame justice can't be brought. I'm not nervous at all, Gail. I am not nervous. That's a bad read on your end. I'm not nervous at all. I saw the juries. I saw the jurors. I saw the jurors day one, and they were very contently listening, and they were very locked in on all of the evidence that was given to them. Don't forget, the prosecutor gave a 2-hour opening summation. I was there for it, and I watched all of their expressions, and I know that there's going to be a fair and just outcome to this. Great to see you, Sammy. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, no, Gail, that was a bad read. I'm definitely not nervous in regards to it. I just want the family to get some justice. I want them to have some closure. I know that's going to take a very, very long time, and they may never get any. But, you know, at the end of the day, folks, you know, everybody in this world has a different job to do. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. Mars Attack. Guys, that's my great friend right there, Mars Attack from Germany. Everybody, please welcome in Mike, my good friend from Germany. I'm hoping that that letter comes sooner than later, Mike. I thought you would have had it by now because I mailed that out a while ago. So I'm hoping that you get it. Good to see you, Joey. Good afternoon. Joey Giggles is in the building, everybody. Good to see you, Joey. Popeye is making noise from the Popeye Bird Room. So Mike is in from Germany. Great to see you. I appreciate you coming in. But, you know, guys, at the end of the day, the jury was really, I feel, really locked in on the prosecution. And I think that we're going to get a fair and just verdict here. Good to see you, Bellamia. Thank you so much for joining. Good to see you. Now, I'm confused. Do I call you Susie P. or Bellamia? I don't know. I don't know. So, yes, good to see everybody. That's Joey Giggles right there, the JGF Foundation founder. He is a great guy. Hello, Joey Brooklyn in the building. Good to see everyone subscribe to Joey BKLYN_67 and all the great friends that are here in the broadcast today. Mary London checking in. Good to see you. Meg, all my great friends are piling in. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Paula Brown. Good to see you. So let me take 5 minutes of a Q&A. I'm going to wrap it up. So I'm going to look at the comments now and give you a Q&A. But let me tell you something before I do the Q&A. Hold the comments for a second. The defense and the prosecution, they have two jobs to do. We can't hate on the justice system because the justice system, they are deliberating. This is how our justice system works. You're innocent until proven guilty. So he is afforded the right of innocence until proven guilty by the court of law. And that's the society and the laws of our land in the United States. This is how our court system works. And whether you're from inside the country or outside the country, we have our Constitution, we have to uphold it, and we have to give due process. Due process is an important part of our judicial society, and that's how this case is going. And I'm hoping that we see justice served in a correct, clear, and concise manner. And I think that's what we'll get here. And we may have a verdict as soon as today, ladies and gentlemen. We may have a verdict as soon as today. So for those of you new joining, let me know where you're watching, your city and state, or your country, and I'll give you a quick shout out. And then I'll do 5 minutes of a Q&A. Let's keep it on the topic. They are deliberating right now. The jury is deliberating. Hello from Denmark. Good to see you, Benisara. Good to see you, Benisara. Thank you so much for joining. Hoping and praying, says Debbie Lynch. Debbie, me too. I'm on the same page with you, my friend. I'm on the same page. There you go, Rick. You are safe. You are safe. And hope your son stays safe. Welcome, Lisa Avery from South Illinois. Heather Young is checking in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If you're new here on my channel, I am a retired New York City police detective. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Suzanne is checking in from the great Nashville, Tennessee area. Originally a New Yorker. Good to see you. Good to see you. Prayers for justice, says Christine. 64. It was a very good year, by the way, 64. You're welcome, my fine friend, Benisara. Good to see you. Great to see you checking in. Justice for Karina. Justice for Karina. Yes, yes, indeed. So the parents have peace. When justice is served, they will be able to continue to try to heal. This healing will probably never end for them. Do you know what the family knew? He had anger issues. The family on his end knew about his anger issues, and he was just kind of like the way it appears to me, he was a thorn in their side and a thorn in everybody's side that had to deal with him, including his whole neighborhood. All due respect, Ron, Lady Justice has a blindfold, but people form an opinion as soon as someone is accused. Keep in mind, I feel this guy is guilty. It's all good, Jackie. That's a very true statement in some regards. Justice is important. No one wins in the situation, no matter the outcome. Both sides hurt. MJ, when you have overwhelming evidence that's 9 trillion, not billion, 9 trillion to 1, the possibility that it is this defendant, I go on those odds every day of the week. Every day of the week. Hello, Paula Brown. Good to see you, Paula Brown. Good to see you. I know that's a second shout out for you. Justice for Karina, says Joseph. Joey Giggles says, justice for Karina. You're welcome, Blondie. It's my pleasure. Always a pleasure to have you here and updating my great friends here. 9 trillion to 1. It's a pretty good odd there, Suzanne. It's a pretty good odd. There's my email right there. Thanks, Joey. Dutyron@aol.com. Yeah, I agree. All right, guys. So let's see what we got going on here. If you want, subscribe to my Twitter. It's Dutyron. Subscribe to my Instagram. It's Dutyron. All of my social. Go to my website, dutyron.com. There's links to the NYPD. There is also links to domestic violence, how to keep yourself safe while on the internet. A lot of great information through the NYPD website. And you can access that directly through dutyron.com. So go on to my website, subscribe, and check out all of my social media. I do a lot of promoting on Twitter before I go live. I do a lot of promoting on Twitter before I go live. What's up, babe?
I swear I just heard a house explosion.
A what?
Did you hear that?
No.
Sounded like something exploded.
Okay, my wife is just reporting in to me that she just heard a house explosion. I'm in the basement, so I'm going to go upstairs and see what's going on. If you guys want to hang on, I'll leave it going. If not, I'll just end it. I think I should just end it and go up and see what she's talking about. So I'm going to be right back, guys. Hang on a second. I got to go up and check. What did it sound like? In 5 minutes. Okay, guys, I'm back. I don't know. It might have been a car backfiring. I didn't hear any sirens. I didn't hear anything. So I think we're good. I just checked, like with the local, like I just did a quick check on some local sites, and nothing's been reported. So I think we're good. I think we're good to go. So I didn't feel or hear anything, but I'm in the basement. She was upstairs in the second floor of the house. How you doing, Photo Core Pics? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. So I think everything's okay. I didn't hear any sirens, no nothing. No, nothing. So she's going to let me know if she hears anything. And I checked, obviously, with the fire department on the website, and there was nothing on the website. If it just happened, we would start hearing a lot of sirens, and nothing's going on. But she said it was loud. So, hi, Patty. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. You have an Alexa down there? Yes, I do. I have one. But it's no big deal. She just came downstairs and just told me. She just came down and told me. Somebody mentioned something about swatting. I saw there was somebody that just got convicted 20 or 25 years to life for doing a swatting that resulted in an innocent person getting killed. So I saw that video. What is YouTube swatting? I did a full video about this on Periscope, guys. Swatting is when someone calls in to local police where someone's broadcasting from, or where somebody is, and says that the person has a gun and he wants to kill people, or that he shot people, and that the person at a location. So it would be like me calling up on one of you guys and saying, you know, I have your address, and saying that you're there with a gun and you want to kill somebody, or you've killed somebody. And then the police come with the SWAT teams, and there's a whole big thing. And then, you know, it's dangerous to the police, it's dangerous to the public, it's dangerous to the person. And people that do that, there's a law on the books now. If you're convicted in court, you can go to jail for a long time. So it's a very serious thing. And if anybody does it, they can really be in a lot of trouble. It's the feds are looking at making that a federal crime, actually. So, but one of the cases that have just come into the media was a case of a guy who sent somebody over to someone because they were gaming online, and the guy won, I think, $1.50 or $2 bet, and the guy who won the bet, the person got mad at him, and he sent the police to his house. The police came to the guy's house. He came out with his hands up, but they thought he reached for something, and the police shot the guy and killed him. So he was set up. So it is a crime, Crystal Silverheart. That's not what this broadcast is about, so I'm not going to start speaking about it. I will do a PSA on it. I will do a PSA on it. I promise you guys, I'll do a PSA and I'll promote it. I'll promote it for a day or two so people know that I'm going to be doing it, and we'll get a lot of people to watch it, and we'll talk about it, okay? So, yeah, it is what it is, guys. It's not good on any level. It's not good on any level. Hold on a second. Let me just get this. My brother, let me call you back in 10 minutes. I'll call you back. Bye. All right, so that was my brother. My brother, the retired lieutenant. No problem. It's not. Don't be sorry you brought it up. It's a very good thing that you brought that up. It's a very good thing that you brought it up. Anyway, so that's it, guys. It didn't happen in Long Island. I think it was in Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania or somewhere outside New York State. Massacre outside here. It was so sad. I'll never forget the morning I woke up to the massacre outside here. I'd like to hear a little bit about that, Desiree Padilla. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'd like to hear what you're talking about. But anyways, guys, I got to go. That's the updates from Karina Vetrano. I want to do a little more investigating about this possible situation. I'll keep you guys updated if it's anything bad. But love and respect to each and every one of you. Please subscribe. If you could do me a favor now, hit the thumbs up on the, I think I only see 10 or 11 of these thumbs up on the video. Please give me a thumbs up. Betty Barclay, thank you so much. Cindy, you're welcome. Desiree, Vegas, of course. Everybody, we all, heartbreaking. You're welcome, Tani. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Bellamia. Good to see you. No, just happened over the weekend, so it's a new one. Stay safe. Thank you, Catwoman, Debbie Lynch, Jackie Hughes, AP. Thank you, Cat in a Hat. Thank you to anyone who's given Super Chat. I don't know if anybody has. I don't think so, but thank you to everybody in the past that has given Super Chat. You have a great day too, Patty. MJ, thank you. Crystal, always a pleasure. Love and respect to all of you guys. Sammy with a bunch of question marks. I don't know what that means, but whatever. I see a lot of question marks. Sassy, thank you so much. 79 on the thumbs up. Thank you. I only see 11. I don't know why. Vegas strong. Absolutely. 1,000%. So thank you to everyone who's given the thumbs up. 85 people. If you haven't done it, on your way out, it's like a parting gift. On your way out, give it a thumbs up. Thank you, Sammy. Okay, gotcha. I just saw a question mark, so I guess you did a thumbs up, but it didn't come out like that. It came out question mark, question mark, question mark. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you. Mars Attack, thank you, my brother from Germany. Great to see you, Mike. Good to see you. Thank you, everyone, for being in on the chat, and thank you for being also very kind to each other. Thank you, Pat. MJ, thanks for sneaking in there. MJ Doris comes in with a little super love, a little super chat. Thank you for that, MJ. That was very kind of you. So much love and respect to each and every one of you guys. 87 says Sassy. Thank you, Sassy. You're always really, really helpful in the chat. I greatly appreciate it. Sammy's laughing his ass off. Sammy could be a guy or a girl. I'm not sure. I think it's a girl. Sammy, that's adorable. If you're a guy, I'm laughing my ass off. So I got to do two things. Jackie Hughes is saying hi to MJ. All right, 91 now. Holy sweet mother of you-know-who. Excellent, excellent. Bergstrong, thank you so much. Nancy B., love and respect. Are you going to court later if there is a verdict? I will. If their verdict comes out, I will report live from outside the court. So let me run and do my investigation and see if there's, God forbid, an explosion in my neighborhood. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to turn this thing down, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Subscribe to Joey Brooklyn 67, Dutch Maz, Nabul, all my good friends who come in all the time on the broadcast, all the people who broadcast. Go check out Onique and all the crew over there. Those are great guys in the true crime and gossip area. And Tori Hartman, she's a great, great friend of mine. Go subscribe to her channel too. Love and respect all those great people. So I'll talk to you soon, guys. Good day from New York City. Dutyron signing off for now. Peace and love, guys.